Good morning. I am Assemblywoman Cotty Petrie-Norris. I represent California's 74th Assembly District. Pleased to be joined today by my colleagues, Assemblymember Ting and Assemblymember Irwin. Today, the legislature took early action to fully reinstate net operating loss deductions and tax credits for California companies. This feels like an important inflection point in our fight against COVID-19. Early on in the pandemic, in the spring of 2020, as California confronted the prospect of a $34 billion budget deficit, we made some really difficult decisions in order to balance the state budget. This included a temporary limitation of tax credits and net operating losses for California companies. Now, here we are, more than 2 years into our battle against COVID-19. The toll has been truly immense. And while California continues to face profound challenges, we have at long last really reached a turning point in our fight against this pandemic. We have the vaccines, the treatments, and the tools to manage this virus. And we are also well positioned to make the smart investments required in order to restore and rebuild our state's economy and to set California on a robust path to recovery. It is not a question of whether we prioritize the public health or prioritize job creation and economic growth. We can and we must do both. And the action that we took today does just that. We approved early action that reinstates net operating loss deductions and tax credits for California companies, including California's research and development tax credit. This is one of the most important policy levers that California can pull to encourage investment and growth in our innovation economy. California's innovation economy is the stuff of legend. California innovators have driven breakthroughs in tech, in aerospace, in advanced manufacturing, and in the life sciences. We have an opportunity to continue that growth. We have an opportunity to continue to create good jobs for Californians. And really pleased that we were able to move this measure today through the legislature. As I said, I think it marks an important turning point for the Golden State. With that, I am pleased to introduce my colleague, Assemblymember Jackie Irwin.
Thank you, Assemblymember Petrie-Norris, and really appreciate your leadership on this issue. My name is Jackie Irwin, and I represent Ventura County, and we are the home of a big biotech cluster, so this is a very important development for us. At the height of the pandemic, our state budget looked grim, and we begrudgingly limited the research and development tax credit along with the net operating losses. But with greater than expected revenues for the last 2 years, we must continue to support and grow our economy, particularly in the manufacturing and research sector, which has seen more challenges than opportunities in the last few years. Breakthroughs from the life science industry have significantly helped California, the United States, and the world get through this pandemic, from vaccines to new therapeutics to PPE. We need the life science industry and all manufacturers to be strong, to help protect us and lead us through future public health emergencies. We also need to foster investment in manufacturing in California, which often relies upon using net operating losses to ensure that we have silicon chips and other electronics that power everything from our phones to our cars and to our community smart infrastructure. And with that, I would like to introduce our Budget Chair, Assemblymember Phil Ting.
Thank you, Assemblymember. It's an honor to be here today. Let me just congratulate and thank Assemblymembers Petrie-Norris, Assemblymember Irwin, and Assemblymember Mullen and Daley for their incredible leadership on getting this proposal over the finish line. As Assemblymember Petrie-Norris talked about, this was something that we didn't want to do, but we had to do when we were facing a cataclysmic budget as we were starting to go into a nationwide and, frankly, a worldwide pandemic. But given the resiliency of this industry, the resiliency of our state, what we've seen is the amazing research and development that has brought us the vaccine, that has brought us innovation, that has helped us deal with this pandemic, really helped us grapple with this pandemic. Without it, we wouldn't have the life-saving technology that has saved millions of lives, not just in California, but really all across the world. This is the research and development that has made California the 5th largest economy in the world. This around biotech, but also around our technology companies, has really made California the innovation economy that is the envy of almost every country in the world. And because of this tax credit that continues to foster and to push and to ensure that research and development is a priority for companies, we hope that California will remain the innovation center of the entire world with our amazing biotech companies, our amazing technology companies, that we continue to invent things, we continue to create things, and we continue to develop medical technology that saves lives. And that's ultimately what we continue to try to push through our tax policy, is to ensure that companies have every reason to stay in California, to do their research in California, and to really continue to recruit and hire the best and brightest people, not just from this state, but really from all across the world. So with that, let me again just thank my colleagues for their incredible leadership on this issue. I was really proud to help shepherd this through our budget process, but really without their leadership, without their effort, this would not have happened. So again, congratulations to Assemblymember Irwin, and I just turn it back over to Assemblymember Petrie-Norris.
Thank you, Assemblymember Ting. We are so grateful for your leadership as our budget chair on the Assembly side.